Olivia's a brave soul.
So fun fact, not yesterday. Last week, I was, looking at my checking account, and I saw that I only had $14. And I was not gonna get paid until next week, the week after. So it was kind of like a struggle. Just live with $14.
How'd you do it? What'd you do?
Oh, I just didn't buy anything. I just can you give me a swipe away? That's it.
So thank you for sharing. How many other people are on the struggle bus like Livia for the last 2 weeks? Okay. She's like, look, the struggle is real. Okay. So I'm always going to encourage you to talk about your money, even if it's like, look, I was on the struggle bus, right? Because you're not saying it because you don't want to acknowledge it because it's a bad thing, right? You want to acknowledge it because it's real, right? Sometimes you're on a struggle bus, right? But good stories are also important too as it pertains to money. So does anyone have a positive story about yes, ma'am.
This past weekend I went up to the UP for a camping trip, but going into it I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay for this because my tuition payments are really high this semester. And so I was like, all right, I'm just going to buckle down for a couple of weeks. So I saved up all my tip money and had $90 in tip money because I picked up extra shifts and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is my spending money. And then my checking account, I was like, this is for gas.
Okay.
And I had money left over for spending and stuff like that. So I felt really good afterwards. I was like, all right, I'm not $0.
There we go. Right. Because when you get to $0, it's like, what else is going to happen next, right? I don't care, ramen noodles, pieces like that. People eat ramen noodles? Okay. They're good, but you don't have to live off them, right? They usually say in order to budget and save money, you need to live off ramen, right? Y'all didn't have pizza 2 weeks in a row, right? We're still doing fine. So it's all about how do you position yourself, right, to save the money that you have for emergencies and also for your financial goals. So what we're going to do is focus on this week, and this week is the focus on your finances week, right? What do you think I mean by that? Yes, ma'am.
Being aware of what you spend and where you spend it, while also things that you can not spend money on, get coffee every day.
Yes, so awareness, right? We're really going to look at our awareness and increase our awareness to our spending, because what you know may not be what you know, right? How many people have seen the awareness test? Okay, so I'm going to play this video. This is the awareness test, okay? You don't mind hitting those lights for me, sir? Thank you.
Is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make? The answer is 13.
Everybody get that? 13? But did y'all see the dancing bear? Who's seen the dancing bear? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
But did you see the moonwalking bear?
So what was the last statement of that video, or what was the last statement? It said, right. So with your budgets, right, if you're not looking for how you spend your money, you're not going to see how you spend your money, right? So until we acknowledge that there was a dancing bear, everyone's like, oh my goodness, there's a dancing bear. But before they're like, focus on the ball, right? This applies to your finances overall. When you walk into a store, right, you're like, focus on the money that I have. But then everything else starts to talk to you, right? So you lose that focus, you lose that awareness, right? So there are always things that are going to distract you, but today, this is why we're going to focus on our finances and increase our awareness. So we are going to build a process and trust the process, right? Whenever things are said or told to us, sometimes we struggle with trusting it because we don't always see it, right? So, what type of person are you? Are you a person that has to see something to believe it, or believe it then see it? Anyone want to volunteer? So if I said, if you go to college, you'll be successful, you're like, I trust him. Yep, that's what's going to happen, right? How many people are like that? Okay. Like she's like, I don't know about that. What about if you budget, you will be successful financially? How many people trust that? Right? Okay. Really think about what kind of person you are, because that's really going to impact the process, right? Because a lot of things that you are going to do, you may not see right away, right? A lot of things that I'm going to encourage you to do, you may not see it right now, but I'm encouraging you to trust the process. Focus on commitment instead of consistency. What's the difference? Yes, ma'am.
If you mess up on your plan, like to continue with it, not give up. Like committing to it no matter what, instead of like, okay, I'm always going to do this, but I'm always also going to falter at least once. You know, like having that mindset that you're going to fail is not.
New Year's resolutions, right? I'm going to the gym every day, right? I'm going to go to the gym every day. Versus when I need to work out, I'm going to the gym, right? It's a different mindset, so that you know when you need to work out, you're going to the gym. Day by day, step by step. Because we all know it's very difficult to do anything consistently. That's just a human struggle, right? But we want to be real about that process and focus on commitment. So when I know I'm going to get my paycheck, I'm going to be committed to my budget. I don't have to promise myself that I'm going to do it all the time. Just when I get paid, that's what I'm going to do, right? So what I tell people is, when it comes to financial goals, this is more than a New Year's resolution. You are not going to promise yourself through taking this 6-week workshop that you're going to become a billionaire. You are going to know all it is to know about money. You are going to save $1,000. You are going to invest all your money, and you are going to stop buying coffee. That's just not realistic, right? We want to be real about our goals. 8% of Americans typically succeed at New Year's resolutions. Why is that? Or why do you think? Say that again? Commitment. Yep.
They set unrealistic goals.
Depends on what kind of goals you set. Are they realistic? Are they unrealistic? Can you even remember your goals? Right? When on January 1st, there are so many promises. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, right? By February 1st, you're like, what did I say? It felt really great to say that, but I have no idea what I'm going to do. But another piece in setting your realistic goals is making sure that they're specific too, right? What are you going to do? When are you going to do it? And more importantly, what support systems are you going to put in place to make sure that they serve as accountability partners to do it, right? So that's like getting a gym membership versus investing in an athletic trainer. Right? The gym membership says, Livia, just come to the gym whenever you want to. Athletic trainer, like, Livia, you need to come to the, here you go, come on, right? There's a huge difference. So not only is it important to identify what you want to do, it's also important to identify the support system that you want to set up, especially as it pertains to your financial goals. So let's focus on some terms. What is a budget? And feel free to read it directly off or give me your opinion. Budget.
It's like a plan for your expenses, what they are, and when you're gonna spend them, like how much.
Correct. So typically a budget spans over time, right? So not only what you're going to spend and what income you have coming in right now, but also let's see that over time. What is your plan over time? What is a working budget versus a budget? Is there a difference?
Isn't a working budget more like if something happens, like something slips, that it'll still work with you, versus like a full budget would just be like something concrete, just like can't be moved.
Yes. So typically a budget is like, I'm going to put all this in that planner, and then when I get paid, it's just going to work out, right? A working budget is like, oh my goodness, I just won the lottery, right? Let me go in and rework my budget to increase my income because that's the money I'm going to make. Or an emergency just happened. I need to get a tire fixed. I need to pay for X, Y, and Z. My books are more expensive than I thought they were. Let me go back to my budget and make some adjustments. So we'll focus on budgeting in paper form, but there are many different types, tools, and ways to manage your budget, right? How many people are electronic planners? They love the electronic planning of things. What about paper? Who likes paper? So what I encourage people to understand is with these planners, you are going to do it on paper, but whatever works best for you, that's what I want you to use consistently, right? I want you to use that over time. So the good thing about starting with paper is that sometimes for our perfectionists, you can kind of get it right there and then put it somewhere else, whether it's in an app or on another piece of paper or on another month. But our focus today is going to be using the paper planner. Income. What is income?
What do you receive?
Money coming in. What are expenses? Money going out, right? So money coming to you is income. Money going out is expenses, right? These are very general terms as it pertains to money. But typically when you're talking to banks, etc., they're going to want to know what's your income and what are your expenses, right? That says so much, especially when you're taking out loans. You're trying to get additional money to invest in different pieces. So for example, if I wanted to expand my business, I would go for a loan. They'll want to know credit score and all those other things. But more importantly, how much money you have coming in versus how much money you have going out, right? If I have less money or more money going out than coming in, then the likelihood of me getting that loan is slim to none. What about emergency fund? What's that?
Putting money aside for in case of emergencies.
What are some typical emergencies?
Car accident?
Accidents to vehicles, yep.
Medical bills.
Medical bills, okay. About job loss, that emergency? Okay. What about unexpected transitions? Is that emergency? Okay. What about those nice pair of earrings that you should have bought last week, but now you have the money to get? That's not an emergency? You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all said it, not me. So what we really want to focus on before we start to talk about the budget, right, is needs versus wants. I love this part because you are going to be challenged. It's really going to have you question, is this a need or is this a want, right? It is not my job to determine that for you, right? You have to rationalize that purchase, right? So needs are something that is needed in order to live or succeed, right? Wants, your desire or your wishes for something. So think about this and then answer the question in pairs or with your group. When can a want become a need? Then just say the answer to your group member.
I think sometimes like clothes. Because let's say you need a dress for a job.
Is it A, B, C, or D?
Probably get some nice looking Oh yeah, I always get everything.
Did you always get everything on sale?
Yeah, I never buy anything full price.
Okay, I love it. That's awesome.
I don't have that.
You said what?
Working on that.
Oh my goodness, no, I'm kidding.
them later. Like, oh no.
We have some strategies embedded into your language where you'll probably never pay full price for anything ever again. I'm serious. I never pay full price for anything, ever. Even if it's a penny, I will negotiate a penny. No, I'm not paying that 99 cents. You're crazy. So what's the answer? When can a want become a need? A, B, C, or D? I heard a C, maybe? Okay. What about A? No? Okay, what about B? When it's something you would like to have? No? Okay. C? Okay, what about D? When you find a bargain? Okay. Are D's regular in here? Maybe? Who's struggling with this? Who's like, So the fact that you're struggling is literally what you go through when you go to purchase something you know you don't want to buy it, right? Or you shouldn't buy it. You are convincing yourself that you should buy it, right? So it is typically a need when it will help you accomplish your financial goals. That's why setting financial goals are important, right? Because if you want to go on your lovely vacation, right? Everything that you do that's going to help you go on that vacation, that's your need, right? If you want to invest in an IRA while in school, so when you graduate, you can utilize those funds or have that wiggle room as necessary or build retirement, everything you do and purchase becomes a need, right? So that's why setting financial goals are really important. Okay, so think about this one. Why is it important to distinguish between wants and needs? And you can just shout out the answer.
D.
Said D? Okay, how many people think it's D? Okay, are you sure?
I mean, A though, it's not
To purchase those items you want prior to purchasing things you need? Okay. What about to reduce market risk? No? Okay, to calculate your credit balance?
No?
What about to help you plan your budget? So, it's to help you plan your budget. Is this laptop a need or a want?
I guess it depends on the context.
So this is what I just heard. I said, is this laptop a want? No, it's a want. No, it's a need. What is it? Need or a want?
It's a need.
Okay, our need. How many people think it's a need? Okay, how many people think it's a want? How many people are like, I don't know. I don't knows? Okay. How many people want me to tell them the answer? What about, Okay, we got our answer for that one. Coffee. Need or want?
A need? No one wants to see me cry, just saying.
So how many people think it's a need? Raise them high. Okay. How many people are like, no, I want coffee, but I don't need it? Okay. How many people want me to tell them the answer? So what I want us to do